It's Kahir the Conqueror here. Be careful how you judge people, how you treat people. Be careful how you judge or treat yourself when you or somebody you know or see or know of is going through a season, a phase, a cycle of life. I heard something today about it that kind of sparked that thought, but I always thought this, like, everybody isn't extremely sympathetic or empathetic. Everybody can't feel and see, and we have our own perceptions, beliefs. That's fine. What works for you, what affects you, is different from everybody. Like, that's a beautiful thing about humanity. We're all the same and we're all different at the same time. Make it make sense. We go through seasons and phases of our lives that sometimes can be all over the place, can look crazy. You know what I mean? It can come back, maybe to haunt you or maybe to help you. People remember how you made them feel. People remember how you treated them. Most people, if they're 40, 30, if they had a bully in elementary school, middle school, I think they can remember that. If you had a teacher or somebody or a boss who was horrible, we usually remember that. And I understand that, whatever your relationship to a person is, whether it's a friend, whether it's your child, whether it's your spouse, whether it's family, whether it's a partner, whatever the case may be, it might not be pleasant to see people go through these cycles and these phases, these seasons of life. Be careful how you treat and judge, how you make people feel while they're going through these, because many of these, in many cases, hopefully, can be temporary. They can be transient phases. Like, to speak for myself, I've always been myself. I've always been me. Whatever that might have been, I wasn't always as polished as I am now, or you know what I mean? Like, I've gone through fluctuations, but I was always myself. Me, who I know, I always was that. And even if that fluctuates, as I mentioned, when I went through seasons and phases of my life, I remember. Even if you don't know faces and names and things like that, you see somebody, it'll jog a memory. To find yourself, that takes some people 60 years, 70 years, deathbed, 80 years, 40 years, 30 years. You know what I mean? There is no set duration, time period, age. That's a process that is unique to you. And sometimes that might not look the prettiest. It might not look like that person that you know or that you thought you knew. Things affect us differently. So one situation might affect another person differently than it does this person. We're no stranger to adversity. There is no stranger to adversity. There is no person that is going to skate through life with nothing ever happening to them or people that they love or care for. It might be your friend or your partner, your spouse, your child, your sibling, your cousin, your coworker, classmate. It might be their turn in a specific season or phase or cycle, and then it might be yours. That can affect them, and that can affect them for a period of time. And that can be prolonged. There is no set duration on somebody recovering from a heartbreak. There is no set duration or timetable on somebody recovering from losing their job. There is no perfect timeline for somebody to get over losing a loved one. There is no timeline for somebody trying to figure out life, and there is no timeline. So that can affect them. And no, I don't think that it's difficult to see somebody just, seem like they're spiraling or whatever that might be. So if they're hurting themselves and people around them, that's different. That's not what I mean. I just mean that sometimes, even though we shouldn't look like it, you might look like what you're going through. I've seen people that I love and care about spiral over these circumstances. I've seen myself spiral over life circumstances. But you have to be careful and patient to a degree with people when they're trying to, hopefully if they're trying to overcome it, or if they're just in that fight, in that battle. I think the best thing you can do is just be there.